Alright. Long day today. My god. Very long day today. Welcome, you guys. So there's been 2 videos on YouTube. There's been a Patreon post. And now here I am with a double stream. We're doing 2 halves of the stream here today. We're going to be playing Guild Wars 1 here for the first half. Where we basically, this is like part 0 for the Winds of Change playthrough. And then in the second half, we're going to be doing 4.5 for Final Fantasy. So it's all happening. It's just we've got to find the right order. So I'm copping out a little bit with the Winds of Change playthrough today because it's not going to be like huge. We're just going to be like basically setting everything up and figuring out what we want to do, which does mean a lot of audience interaction, thankfully. You guys are going to be able to vote here today on what class we play, like what setup we basically have. Maybe we can look at the UI and so on. We can make sure that we've actually got a character with the base story done. We can maybe recap ourselves a little bit by rewatching some of the cutscenes, finish the last mission, and yeah, just generally get ready. So consider yourselves right now to already be in part 0. Now, the other thing that I'm doing is on Wood and Potatoes 2 right now. Basically, I'm testing out the features available, the tools available to me to actually do this kind of stuff. So today, live, I'm doing both Final Fantasy and Guild Wars together. But on Wood and Potatoes 2, what you should be watching is the stream split apart. So I think I can do that like with the highlight thing, and I think I should be able to edit and stuff. I'm going to be using markers. So it should all work out. So this is kind of like a prototype thing for me to make sure that it all works. And yeah, generally that's kind of the story. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing good. I've just made some jelly, which is setting. Will be setting over the next few hours. I got coffee here. I got water here. I didn't waste any time today trying to mess about with art, basically. But what I did do was I set up my Google Calendar with all the projects I want to do, and I'll tell you what, it's a doozy. There's a lot I've got on this list right here. If I can get it all done, I'll be really happy. But basically, I've scheduled for myself all the major projects I want to have done between today, on the 4th, up until the 25th of November. So that includes stuff like the Build series, End of Dragons Daily, new player guides, the Super Adventure Box series, Winds of Change, Each of ArenaNet's big stream days, like Echo Vowed Wilds, the Jade Sea, the Siege Turtle. It's all penned in. I've got it all figured out what day, what is happening. And then other little things as well, I've got kind of as a bit of a block at the end, which fingers crossed. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So yeah, Winds of Change, classic gaming, we should be. All right, so let's get in. Now, hopefully this works. Game capture, it's not Guild Wars 2. You're looking for the client for Guild Wars 1. So we were actually in game not too long ago. So the first thing I need to do is go options, sound, and untick mute when Guild Wars in the background. So, these are grayed out. So this used 3D audio hardware. I didn't mention it in any of my videos or anything, but I really want to use this. So, if you guys are out of the loop on this, what you should know is that Guild Wars 1 has been bugged for all of these years. And I'll show you what that bug is now. Let's go to Kamadan. Oh. Oh, wow, there was a lot of lag leaving the map there. Why was there so much lag? That's kind of scary to me. Are we all okay? I am live, right? I'm not dropping frames or anything. Jesus Christ, it's laggy. The field's heading into Cam. Oh, that loading screen landed quicker. Okay, so here's the bug, the Guild Wars 1 bug. Oh wow, I have to download files, fab. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can anybody hear that? Can you hear the waterfalls? They're a little bit quiet, maybe. Right here, right? Okay, so let me turn this down. Let me turn it right down because I don't actually know how loud that was. So here's the thing: this game was made with proper 3D positional audio, but it was built off of something that only existed in Windows XP, and then when Windows XP left, it never came back. Basically, I mean that's the most rudimentary way I can describe all of that. So the waterfalls in this game are bugged. Loads of sound effects in this game are bugged. Some of the sound effects are like super overrepresented, and other sound effects are super underrepresented. Let me move my windshield here. Right, so there's actually a lot of like bizarre stuff going on. Now, someone found a way to fix it on the Guild Wars 1 subreddit, like this month. Maybe it was last month actually at this point. They found a way to fix it. So I really like the idea of our Winds of Change playthrough having correct audio, because I've produced a lot of Guild Wars 1 content in my time. I've never done one properly fixed. I've never gone so far as to run a Windows XP virtual machine, which I then capture the game on, for example. But someone's found a way to fix it. And it does matter for Cantha. Like when I think about what's like a noisy waterfall-y area in this game, I mean, there's loads of them. I mean, they're all over the place, really, man. Doesn't Dragon's... Yeah, Dragon's Throat is another one. Like, you hear that noise, that ambient noise there? It's not just water that does it, but it's all over the place. Now, I want it fixed, man. It's because there's, like, water running over there. It's a brilliant, like, vista there, isn't it? So I'm keen to fix that. I thought that after the community thing, the devs had done something here, but it's basically these options here, these grayed out options. You can find a way. Kerry says, I dislike you. I just thought you'd know. Thank you very much, Kerry. Oh, so this is stereo, and this is... I don't actually know what this checkbox does, for example. But anyway, so that's one thing I want to do. I can't prep that on stream. What else have we got here? We're all max on everything else, which is fine. We're not frame limiting. Gamma shouldn't be doing anything anyway. Enable post-process effects was off for some reason. I don't know whether that will do anything in Winds of Change. It might. I mean, it is after Eye of the North. Enhanced draw distance is on. All that stuff's on. Good, 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 good. Now, if I go super large interface, do I get the best textures? I think maybe we do. We do the big interface, and then we make it smaller after that. For sound, what do we got? Master volume I'll have maxed out. The thing is, I don't know how it's going to sound when it's fixed. So if I hit reset, It fucks with the quality. I mean, this is the default balance. It's not like there's any big cutscenes that they have anyway, but maybe I'll leave it like this. Carrie enters chat and chooses violence. Indeed she does. Yeah, Carrie's, I don't know if she wants me to say to people what she's got, but she's very sick at the moment. You remember having 3D headphones years ago and how good the Echo Bowed Forest sounded with them? It was some of the best ambience I've ever heard. Really, Monkey Soth? Are you serious? Oh, that's interesting to me. Is this Guild Wars 1? It is Guild Wars 1, yeah. It is. This is the start of the Winds of Change playthrough. So, the big question, I guess, guys, is what class do we play? Whoever it is that I play, I'm pretty sure I need to have beaten Fat Canther on that person. Hey, we got a sub. Thank you. Who is that? That's the Crawthoin. Thank you very much, Crawthoin. So, I don't know whether I want to do Assassin because it's very squishy. I mean, it's strong. I could just do Foxfang's Desert... sorry, Jagged Strike Foxfang's Death Blossom. It's pretty boring. You want Ellie. See, I like the idea of Ellie. This is not a hard mode playthrough, by the way. I was looking on the wiki. Alright, I don't know whether I can get wiki on screen for you guys. I'll put the text on screen. Okay, so here's how it breaks down. This is what wiki says. Wiki says that the Winds of Change storyline contains, and it's weird reading the wiki, by the way, because some of the way that some of it's edited, you can clearly see that it hasn't been edited for years and years and years. Right, it is 35 quests, 6 optional quests. If you do it in hard mode, it's double. So it's 82 quests if we were doing both. If you want to unlock the secret character, let me see, does my assassin actually have him? Who did I beat this on? Basically, there's an additional party member you can get in your team only if you beat it on hard mode. Let me go on to my my Mesmer, because I'm assuming my Mesmer has everyone. I can't remember whether he beat it on hard mode or not. I don't know whether I skipped it. I think I did do it. By the way, the hard mode stuff in Winds of Change is literally the last stuff they ever added to this game. So it's like hard as fuck. So I've got Zandra, I've got Miku, Anton, Zemnai. Who else is a part of the Cantha crew? Jin came in Nightfall, I know, but is technically Cantha crew. I don't see him. Isn't it Reiku you get? Who is it? Who? Zayri. It's Zayri, right? Oh, no, there you go. Zayri. Zayri is here. Did I say Raikou? Raiku's the funnel boss. You do not get Raikou. She's the bad guy. That's a spoiler. Ignore that. Ignore that spoiler. Yeah, I think that's all the Canthan characters. Oh, I love the central transfer chamber. I'll tell you, the vibe I get from Eye of the North is so weird in this game. It's such a strange experience coming back. It's like the dreams of a version of Guild Wars 2 that never existed. It's just very, very weird. Let's go out into the depths of Tyria for a second. And let's have a look. I don't know what armor I've got them all wearing as well. So yeah, let's see. So Miku is in Vabi armor. Anton's dual wielding, oh my god, what skin is that? The Decade Daggers, the High Noon Decade Daggers. I did Sweet FA with Miku, it looks like. Yeah, okay, and Zayri. So, look, this isn't going to be a Zayri acquisition thing. Doing it all in hard mode is an interesting idea, but I kind of want to play it co-op with you guys. That's one of the things I want this series to be. And if we do it co-op, I don't want to have to enforce builds and stuff too tightly on people. So, I think I would rather do it in normal mode. The question is then, my assassin. Should I do an assassin playthrough or a Rip playthrough? I feel like it should be one of those two. She doesn't actually have Miku. So if I remember rightly, Miku is the hero you get for beating it in normal mode. And Zayri is the guy you get from hard mode. So it's actually kind of really compelling for me to do it. This is my original Canthan character, by the way. This lady, She is my first camping character. So I'll give you guys a little bit of history about me. Back when Factions came out, this was not my account. The Wooden Potatoes account was not his account. This was actually my brother's account. He bought this game. He had a job before me because he's a little bit older than me. And he bought it and it was his stuff. But he let me, out of the generosity and kindness of his heart, he let me have a character slot. And I picked Mesmer. So I played Mesmer and he had all the other characters. Then Factions came out and they gave us 2 new slots. You buy Factions, you get 2 new characters. So he got a Ritualist and he gave me an Assassin slot. He let me play Assassin. I look back on that, it's so nice. Looking back on that now, that was so nice of him. So, and basically what happened was he got more and more into other stuff and I got more and more into Guild Wars. So eventually I was just playing it constantly. By the time, and that was this character, I made this character. And by the time Nightfall came out, the Nightfall campaign 6 months ago, he wasn't interested in the game anymore. He was sort of moving on. So it just kind of became my account because I kept playing it. And then he never had a Nightfall character at all. And then Eye of the North came out and he didn't play it. Then like a year after Eye of the North, I convinced him to get back into the game and I bought him a whole separate account and he played on the separate account and we played it co-op together. That was one of the I've played very little game. I don't really game with my older brother anymore. I haven't for years. I haven't gamed with my younger brother either for years. But we did play a Guild Wars run through, sort of when we were both like early 20s, late teens or something. We also did a Borderlands playthrough, Borderlands 1. Fun times. So anyway, that's this character. It was back then, like way back then, this was like my character and I picked Assassin. So Big Brother Potato started, oh yeah, he really did. He really did. I've always thought if there comes a day where I like talk about my real life more and I do like face cam and stuff, I'd do an episode of something where I get him on camera and I interview him and I say, all right, tell the story of how you got me into Guild Wars. I think people would be quite interested in that. I've always thought that'd be a good idea, but you know. So anyway, so this was my Factions character, and I'll tell you what, guys, I preferred her to my Mesmer. I thought she was way cooler than my Mesmer. So now I'm in a weird thing where it's like I kind of want her to beat everything. And I'm scrolling along here. She doesn't have. She never even finished charting the Jade Sea. How funny is that? She doesn't have the quest. So maybe I do it on her. I genuinely might do it on her. Let's go to Kaineng here. You just literally just came from Larinity's stream where she's going through Winds of Change the first time. Oh, did she just close her stream down? That's funny. Yeah, that's a weird coincidence. There's another streamer, guys, in the scene. She was actually going to be on an episode of End of Dragons Daily, but then we kind of ended up not doing it, blah, blah, blah. She actually messaged me on Discord a few days ago. And she's just started a Winds of Change playthrough as well, which is really bizarre. But, I mean, Winds of Change is such a good thing to do at the moment. It's literally... As I said in the YouTube video, and I'll say it again on part 1 of this series, it's a story designed to move you into the Guild Wars 2 stuff. And I did a tweet last night. It was 10 years ago to the day. End of Dragons is going to launch 10 years after the final patch for this. I mean, it's really cool, I think. It's really interesting. So here, it's this guy. This is the start, right? Yeah, this is it. This is the first quest. Is Ares here? So he becomes a hero. He joins our team by the end of it, if we play in hard mode. So I could do it. Maybe we do Assassin. Maybe I don't even let you guys vote. Okay, I'm looking at chat now. Sorry, I haven't been looking properly. Anyone got any other ideas? Time for a co-op stream? Oh, what with him? Oh, he doesn't get the game. He would be very bad. He wouldn't. I mean, I kind of like the idea of doing that maybe one day, but you guys think Assassin? Assassin. Your brother had slots on your account too. They were told not to PM abuse to people. Jesus. Assassin is too obvious. Yeah, but there's a lot of good reasons. Monkey Star says, is this the audio fix you were talking about? Yes, it is. Well found. You got that real quick. Yeah, so if anyone has used that or can testify to that, please let me know, because I'll set that up on the technical side tomorrow. Would showing a Ritualist to a Guild Wars 2 audience be a good thing? Why would it not be? By the way, I don't view my viewers as a Guild Wars 2 audience. I view them as a Guild Wars audience. I think we've got a mix. Maybe I'm wrong. Big Mac says, where is the Winds of Change on the Guild Wars timeline? Beginning, middle, or end? It's the very end. This is the last thing. They were going to do a chapter for Nightfall as well, and Alona, but never got round to it in the end, so it never happened. Path of Fire never had an equivalent to this. This is the end. This is the last thing they did. The final patch was February. That same year, August, the game came out. It's only a couple of months between this patch and, or the last... This story is told in 3 patches, okay? It's like how if you're following me in Final Fantasy at the moment, there's, you know, there's 5 patches between expansions. There's 3 patches for this. The last one, the conclusion of everything, is February. That same year, Guild Wars 2 came out. So we're at the end of the timeline here. The whole blindfolded thing being similar to Revenant could be cool to talk about? Well, what would we say about it? Didn't they do the wedding after Winds of Change? No, it went War in Kryta, Hearts of the North, that's the wedding thing, then Winds of Change. The wedding thing is in the middle. This is the end. There are more purity quests at Leijeng. Well, yeah, but that's later, though. This is the actual start, isn't it? There's 6 side quests in this, by the way. There's 6 side quests. I don't know whether I really want to do the 6 side quests. I also don't know if I want to put Reshade on. Also, this guy looks like a god. I don't know. Well, I'm getting weird frame drops right now. Now, that's concerning me greatly. Are you guys seeing that? Where are those frame drops coming from? I don't want that in the series. This is what this stream basically is before we get to the Final Fantasy stuff. It's just testing. I mean, really, this is episode 0, and it's just making sure things are set up properly. Okay, can I test something else? Does anyone want to play with me? If you want to play with me, can you log in and send me a party request? Because I want to see what kind of numbers I can pull. I don't know whether we can fill a whole team up or not. If we fill up a team, I'm going to play a quest. Let's do a mission together here today. There's the frame drop again. Is it only in Kaineng that that's happening? It's like a sudden little stutter every now and then. Thanks. I'm tempted to add it to the appropriate slot in our spreadsheet so it stands opposed to FF14 1.0. That's actually really funny. That's very weird. But yes, it could in theory go on that spreadsheet. It could in theory. Keep in mind, different missions get smaller party sizes too. Yeah, basically what I'm trying to do is see if I can get 7 people or not. If I can get 7 people, brilliant. Because that's the most we'll ever need. I'm on America English. You can obviously swap. Is this Guild Wars 1? You've never actually seen it? This is Guild Wars 1. This is Guild Wars 1 Cantha. That's where this story is set. And we're just setting things up. I wonder, actually. I wonder if the frame limiter will save me from that weird stutter. Because there is a frame limiter, right? I bet my FPS is insane. Oh, no. It's already locked to the monitor. 165. It's already locked. It's not... Maybe I'll do it in-game anyway. Monitor refresh rate. You happy to chill out? These Jade Sea materials were the hot shit back in the day. Oh, I'd love to talk to you about this stuff. That's quite interesting. Yeah, they were hot shit. I mean, they looked so fucking cool. I remember my original PC couldn't render any of this. It couldn't make it look good at all. And then I remember when I got it to render good, and oh my god, when you get the right area, it's weird because it's really inconsistent. I think Breaker Hollow is where it looks best. Either Breaker Hollow is where it looks best, or it's where it looks worst. There's some places where you go and it's like, whoa, look at that reflective material. But it's got to be like the right area because it's really weird. Sometimes it looks super reflective and sometimes it looks super terrible. Well, not terrible, but just not as good. Isn't the Mount Kinkai glass? I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't know. It's so weird because over the years, you don't know where it is. Oh, there we go. Somebody's here. We have one person. Okay, the idea of it being a co-op thing might not work too well. I mean, the thing is, after episode 1 goes up on YouTube, people will know about this project and they'll come and they'll want to play, right? It's a bit weird because I only just announced this project like 2 seconds ago on YouTube. And I doubt people even know. Oh, yeah, hi. Sorry, This poor person is trying... There you go. So I can invite them now. There we go. So we got 3 people, including me. Yeah, if you guys want to play with me, come to Breaker Hollow. I guess I'll stop spamming around. Because I'm sort of forgetting Guild Wars is a bit weird. You see I'm on the Peter Redhill account. Yes, there's 2 accounts that I did my old Let's Plays on. Because the way the old Let's Plays worked was I had the different characters on different accounts so they could interact with each other. Like I would have characters hiding in the background of other characters. This looks like it might be a stream viewer as well. So what I'm thinking here is on episode 0, we can decide on a class and maybe play some of the key story beats from the original campaign. And then we'll be sort of ready for part 1. And I can just answer chat as much as possible. Any questions people have. And I can use this to test the whole stream splitting thing. You would like to play Guild Wars 1, but it's too late for you? Yeah, I know. I'm getting to this really late because what do you know? I went to bed last night and I woke up really quick again, so I just ended up on the wiki. The JC was always your favorite area in factions. Does Guild Wars 1 have any source of income for ArenaNet outside of the initial purchase? Well, see, that's a really interesting story because it kind of does. It has a... It did get a microtransaction store during the Eye of the Net North era. And during these patches, this is essentially... If you guys want to understand this... This is Guild Wars 1 Living World, okay? Basically, they made Eye of the North, went to work on Guild Wars 2, realized Guild Wars 2 was going to take ages to come out. So then they started doing Living World. And each time they did a Living World patch, they did a, you know, they did put little stuff in their... It's not called the Gem Store. It didn't really have a name. But for example... How did this work? Where's my outfit? They did release outfits. So, like, the antagonist faction in this story are called the Ministry of Purity. You'll learn about them soon. Actually, I can't... That's kind of a spoiler to call them an antagonist faction. Because they're not. At the start, especially. I don't remember how it works. How many Ectos do I have left? I've only got 2 stacks left. Not even 2 stacks. Only 300. I've done way too many giveaways. I should probably start hoarding that. Oh, there you go. We are getting people. So, yeah, they did do little things. You know, I did a video. You guys might want to check it out last year where I said it's called The Death of Guild Wars 1. And you can... And in that video, I'm sort of analyzing the decision to move away from this game and build a whole new game. And one of the things I pointed out in that video that I think people don't like to look in the eye, you know, all these Guild Wars 1 boosters that think this is the best thing ever, blah, 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 is that this game did get microtransactions. And, you know, everything we complain about with the Guild Wars 2 Gem Store, it would have happened in Guild Wars 1. If they hadn't moved on to a new MMO, it would have happened anyway. It would have happened. And it already was happening. So, yeah, there are little things and character slots and stuff. I don't know what it's like using that store these days. I suppose it still works. There's an outfit NPC. You ask for outfits to put in your slot. Oh, I see. Can I join? Yes, you can. Yeah, send me an invite. Just come to Breaker Hollow and join on in. It's not a problem. Actually, can I... How does that work? They have to be in the area, don't they? Wow, it's amazing how many weird details I'm forgetting about Guild Wars 1. Like party infrastructure and stuff. Yeah, chat. Here, I've got a question for you guys. Has anyone used this game's gem store recently? That's my question. And if so, what did you do? Where is Breaker Hollow? Sorry, it's kind of a terrible outpost. Yeah, I'm going to go to Kaineng. Let's just go back to Kaineng. Sorry, I mean Kugane. Sorry, I mean Kaineng. Yes, alright, so what did you buy? The store is still there. It still works. Plenty of people buy stuff from it still. What are people buying, though? A year or two ago? Wow. I wonder what their revenue looks like. I really do. There are so many zones. Oh, you better believe it. Listen, what you think... What you believe a Guild Wars, an MMO expansion looks like in terms of zones and shit. All this ticky-tacky BS in Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14, it's got nothing on this game. This game shaped what an expansion is to me. This is this is a campaign of it all on its own. The sense of scale and quantity of exploration. Oh. This format is so good, ArenaNet. This format is so good. I know you did too much too fast. Don't do one every 6 months. Do one every 2 years. You know, it works. It works. Give me True Wars 2. For the love of God, give me True Wars 2. I'd play the shit out of it. I made the comparison to Pokemon, and I really do believe in that. Look, we basically got a team here. I'm probably the rare WP fan that prefers Guild Wars 2 over 1. No, I don't think you're rare. I think the majority do. I think the majority do. Because I don't provide much content for the Guild Wars 1 fans anymore, you know. I mean, I didn't talk about the Silver Edge. If you guys don't know, there was some cool news with Guild Wars 1, which was there was an Easter egg added to this game years ago. There's a whole item, a whole weapon added to this game years ago, and nobody found it until like half a year ago. This year, people found it. 2021, people found it. I could have done a news video on that. I didn't, though. I kind of, when that happened, I was a little bit late, and I'll tell you what, you guys should watch a guy called Guild Wars Reborn. He's like the wood and potatoes of Guild Wars 1 in this decade, so you should check him out. Because he actually still covers the game, and he does it fast, and he does it at good quality. Guild Wars Reborn. GW Reborn. Guild Wars 1 has a place in my heart for sure, but I like Guild Wars 2's combat. I move moment to moment a lot. Yeah, this is more of a strategy game. It's slower, it's clunkier, it's also aged, you know. I'm only getting the frame dips in this city, by the way, so maybe it's okay. Let's have a little bit of a look out at the pier. I can't just wander out here. I've dragged the whole party, so sorry about that, but let's just have a quick look. If anyone's trying to join. It's weird, I always used to use WASD back in the day. But when I played Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, it just completely broke my mind, and I only ever click to move now. Hey, Ewendel, thanks for the sub, man. Oh, I'm glad you did that there. I was looking for you in chat yesterday, because I didn't know. For some reason, I thought you might have a T2 sub. Right now, the only person with a T2 sub is Monkey Sloth. You know, that really disappoints me because someone came to one of these streams the other day and gave out 5 T3 ones. So there should be 5 people with gold rings in chat, but none of them are around. Like, people got these amazing things and they're not even around. And that makes me so sad. I don't know. I'm watching closely to see if they appear. I'm waiting for one of those 5 gold rings. I always love this place, by the way. The giant. I hope that they bring these back in End of Dragons. I'm so excited for that fucking expansion. All it takes is me to play a little bit of factions, and it comes up. Oh no, what is this build on my character? I don't recognize it at all. Yeah, ping your builds, guys. Let's see what builds you've got. I'd love to see that. Should I run Toolbox and get rid of the fog and stuff? No, I don't think I should do that. You keep trying to dodge roll? Yeah, you don't realize how naked you feel without it until it's gone, right? Alright, let's see what builds they all have. Okay, we have a Prop Monk, Seed of Life, Healing Burst. Well, actually, I call him a Prop Monk. He's just a Healing Monk. It's actually got more Healing Prayers Investment and Divine Favor than Protection. These two together with a Healing Breeze feels very much like a tank set. You know, make someone a tank if they want. We got a Signet of Spirits Writ. And we got a Dragon / Warrior. Very nice. Pain Inverter. Very nice. I'm happy to see there's no Save Yourselves here, because I'm running Save Yourselves. Oh, yeah, and people are teaching each other how to ping the builds. Nice. It looks like we do not have Favor of the Gods right now. Who is that? Lissa, entangled in vines. When they get favor, the vines will go away and the thing will glow. Oh, the birds look good. I can't wait for this stream, guys. I can't wait to see how they're building this in Guild Wars 2. I mean, how do you do it? This game's a little bit old enough that it can kind of get away with it. But, like, if you try and pull off this kind of illusion of a city stacked with houses in the second game, there's so much more fidelity in the assets and stuff. Surely it's going to look weird, right? Like, if you actually stop and scrutinize any of it, and you wonder where all the people are and stuff, I don't know how they're going to do Kaineng in Guild Wars 2. I'm so curious how they're going to do it, because it's just like... It's not a surprise to me they're waiting until February for that stream, or whatever it is, or January. There's going to be a big break, because this must be just insane. I mean, what a challenge. You're excited to see it as well, Moogle? I mean, yeah, I'm fascinated to see like how you would... It's like, I used to be a fan of the Xbox original game, and I guess it was out on Nintendo 64 as well, Jet Set Radio Future. And they did this kind of vibe for their cityscapes. It's like a skating RPG kind of game. And they do the thing where it's like loads of stacked buildings. But they go surreal, you know, and the surreal works out, sorry. I don't know what they'll do. And keeping, like, frame rates and stuff in check as well. Okay, I'm literally failing to even join your party. I think I'll leave the spot to someone else, lol. Sorry, you can't join because I'm a dick and I ran out into the Benjamin Pier. Try now. Come to Kaineng Center and try now. We have 2 slots. Just literally, all you have to do to play... Okay, I'm going to explain this to everyone. You come in game, come to Kaineng Center. You've got this drop-down box. And make sure you're in American English District 1. Right? And then all you have to do is type my character name in here. And click the plus. That's all you have to do. And my character name is the Eyes of Cantha. Okay, I was like a teenager when I made that name. So don't judge me too much. Well, there you go. So we have a whole team. Okay, so for episode 0, before we start the main quests, what else should I set up? Okay, has anyone got any other concepts that will make this really fun? Okay, and to be clear, there's going to be the Twitch streams. They're going to be hosted forever on Wooden Potatoes 2, and I'm going to cut abridged versions out of them for the main channel. That's how I'm doing this series. So episode 1 will be, and it's going to be 3 quests per episode. 3 quests per stream, cut down into an abridged version of it for YouTube, okay? So Zayri will give us 3 quests. I'll do all 3 of them, and then that's going to be episode 1. We're on episode 0 right now, so don't worry about all of that. And we can take our time with it on the Twitch streams and the Wooden Potatoes 2 VODs. There's no rush at all. The only rush is when I make the abridged versions later, which I'm hoping to use Twitch's fancy markers system for. Fingers crossed. So what else do we do? Graphically, I'm maxed out. Audio, I can figure out the 3D audio thing, which I'm quite excited about. Maybe it's because I have wait for VSync on. Let's turn that off and see if that stops the weird frame drop thing. In fact, let's just turn off the frame limiter and turn off VSync. Okay, we're at like 300 frames right now, but hopefully that stops the click. I don't remember that ever being there in the past. I can't imagine why it would come back. Oh no, it's still there. So the build is weird because, I mean, this is a really boring build. But it is the new skill. This is Shadow Theft. This is the 2020 anniversary skill, which is really cool. I like that idea, you know. This is one of the newest abilities ever added to Guild Wars. Doing the newest content ever added to Guild Wars. By Ural's Hammer will be really fun for the co-op stuff. Save Yourselves is strong. The Dagger Chain will be strong enough. I mean, Shroud of Distress is kind of an optional. We don't really have too much space for fun and cheeky stuff, I think. Great Dwarf Hammer would be cool if I was the support, but I'm not the support. Oh, I'll tell you what I do want to do. I want to weapon swap like a badass. Oh, here. I know what I want to do. Here's how I want to do this. Let's go to controls. One thing I never did in Guild Wars 1, but that all the pros do, is I never set up my weapon sets. So what do we got? We got a short bow there. Realistically, what I want is a flat bow. That's the anniversary short bow. Birthday present. I got to clean the inventory up as well. That's probably a really good idea. So what I want to do is I want to weapon swap in and out of... oh, I have that key bound to 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now. I think I want to put it on E and Q. Oh, it is on E and Q. 12 more achievements will earn the favor of the gods. I think I want to have a shield, a defensive shield set and a defensive spear. But I don't have any shields and any spears, so how would I pick one of those up? Let me check in my bank, I guess. So where's the Jinlai chest? This is the homeland of the Jinlai as well. I'm curious to see what they do with that on End of Dragons. Shield and spear. Yeah, exactly. But what I would want is I would want an armor mod on it. Hold on. If I character select, will it kick me from party? It will, won't it? Oh, that's actually a bit upsetting. Because I'm wondering if I can... I bet my actual main has a good setup, and I doubt they're customized. So I can probably drag them across. If anyone's got, like, a modded spear or anything, to be honest, anything one-handed with a fuck ton of armor on it, and a modded shield with, like, a good inscription or something, and you want me to buy it from you, I will pay you some ectos. And then what I can do is weapon swap in and out of it while we play. I think that would be cool, especially if I'm going to do an assassin. You know, when I'm, like, balling people or stuff like that. Guild Wars 1's been popping off lately. Yeah, I hear I'm not the only person to come do this. I mean, that is such a weird coincidence, honestly. I kind of want to watch this Laranity's stream. Because I was meaning to watch some of... When she wanted to do that collab before, I was thinking to myself I should watch more of this person's content if I'm going to do a collab. Because you guys know me. I don't do any of that stuff. The gingerbread shields, these are actually fine as shields. Right, because a max level shield is 16 armor rating. But if you don't hit the Rec 9 for it, it halves in potency, doesn't it? So it's fine as a shield, isn't it? What mods am I looking for? Health and or armor. Just as much defense as possible. Basically, what I want it to be is when I'm fighting, when I'm taking a lot of damage or I've waded out, I want to swap to my shield so that I'm a little bit defensive while I, you know, run over to another person. It's just kind of a fun little gameplay experience I never used to do and I think would be cool. That's because WoW died. They're finally experiencing other games. Oh my god, an exalted Aegis of Fortune. Do you want me to pay you for this? Holy shit, look at that. Armor plus 10 versus blunt. 30 health, that's a perfect mod. And that's going to give me 8 armor, right? Nala says I don't mind. I feel bad. Just I literally don't have any money. Here, I will give you 146 Winter's Day gifts. Thank you for that. I know that's not adequate payment. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's put that onto... Let's put that onto F2. So I have energy regen and I have life vampirism daggers. What I think I want to do instead is actually put the ceremonial daggers, the energy vamp ones on F4. And then let's put the shield. So what I need now is a spear as well. If anyone's got a random ass spear sitting around. So we put that, we unequip those. So I now have a shield that I'll tap on. It looks like a cool shield as well. Sadly, you can't dye that shield. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, armor. I should probably have a real set. Major shadow arts? Somehow I don't think so. Superior crit strikes, major vigor, major dagger mastery. The healths are going to be a bit low on that, isn't it? Do you guys think that's a bad idea? But it is Vitae runes, and it is Night Stalkers. Mind you, Night Stalkers is armor while attacking. Yeah, I think my health is a bit low there, really, isn't it? That's a bit silly. I don't think I should go that low. Maybe we sub the crit strikes one with... I am aware I've got some ecto, by the way. I kind of do have a bit of money, but I don't know whether... I want to be a little bit stingy about it at the moment. Oh my, winds of change. You actually did it for the first time a few months ago? Oh, Tulip, you should come play then. If you did it just a few months ago, you should come play. Because you'll have, like, expertise and insight and memory. Which will have lost me at this point. Can I spend my Wayfarer's marks at any time during the year? I can't deposit that. Isn't there a key I can press for all my bank all at once? Wow, the, what does this do? Just open the wiki? It does. Global Sea needs a panel like that. Oh, what a god. Droknar's Spear, thank you. And I know that this isn't actually that amazing of a weapon because it's just sort of endgame prophecies. Thank you very much. Oh, they're not accepting. Does that mean they want something? What do you want? Do you want these cupcakes? Well, I kind of want to eat the cupcakes during the series. Do you want anything? He says no. Oh, it was F9 for the full inventory? Does he feel annoyed because I gave the other guy some Winter's Day gifts and I didn't put anything in that? No, you can have it. Oh, that's Monkey Sloth. Okay, why did you say no to the trade then? If you reinitiate it, that's a cool idea. Yeah, I'm really happy we're doing an episode 0 here before we get into Final Fantasy. You got tons of inscriptions if you need. Well, if we get a green, we won't be putting it on there. I could do the Destroyer Sword. Energy. The 2020 fire stuff. God, I've got all these things of enchanting. But I don't have anything of armor. I don't have any armor items. Oh, do you know what I could try and do? I could try and pull it off of a hero. I bet a hero's got a random decent thing. Yeah, F9's default. I could have remapped it. Well, yeah, we've got two things going on right now. We've got gear going on, and then we've also got keybinds going on. So let me just reacclimate and Why can't I speak? Oh, no, dude, I'm not taking an arm brace of truth and ecto. No. You keep that, man. You keep that. That's very, very generous of you, but no, you can keep that. Don't worry, I don't need that. You accepted? You don't have the spear anymore? Oh, I see. Oh, there you go. There's the spear grip. That's really lovely, but I don't have an actual... I mean, the spear that we've got... Yeah, you're right. You did accept. It's green. It's unmoddable. Mind you... Yeah, so... Oh, that would be perfect. I'm going to accept that just in case someone else has an actual gold spear, and then I can put it on. Kenshi of Mirkwood. Oh, there you go. Someone does have it. Nice. Do you want the Droknar's spear then? Back. There you go. Armor plus 5. Perfect. So we get health plus 30. Armor plus 13. And extra against blunt. I mean, we could change that inscription. Does anyone want to swap the shield inscription? Everlasting Zemnite tonic. So I could look like Zemnite through the playthrough. That's a great idea as well. Very nice. That's a cool idea. Okay, guys, so yeah, I guess while we're doing this, so basically, what are we looking for here? We are looking for... Shit, I can't remember what mod does what. The poison duration is irrelevant on the spear, obviously. Just anything you guys can see. Anyone remembers the crafting system a little bit better. Not the face we could sub for something else, in theory. Right, now let's clear out some of our other stuff here. Now, these birthday present vouchers. We can deposit. The proofs of legend aren't going to matter. Confessor's orders, that's Warren Kreiter stuff. I guess I was doing Warren Kreiter, but I wasn't doing any of the other stuff. Now, these minis. Dagnar. If anyone wants one of these, just ask for it. The Grey Giant, the Asura. These are promotional minis, actually, aren't they? We can have Mini Shiro. I can rep Mini Shiro for the storyline. That's a good little bonus. This stuff we can all delete. The tanned hide. Maybe we can put in storage. Nope. Shiro's blades. Obviously, we're using the short bow. I don't actually need. I'm gonna put that aside. The scythe I don't need, but whatever. How many uses left? 20 uses on the superior identification kit. 2 on the salvage kit. I don't have anything in there. Extra armor sets. That's fine. Okay, so all this stuff I could just sell, right? Let's put these ceremonial daggers over there. Yeah, does the guy want the spear back? Let me know if you do. Well, I just heard a sound effect. What was that sound effect? It was a whisper? I thought it was a sub or something, but it was actual Guild Wars 1 whisper there. We're not going to know through this series whether I'm getting subs or whether I'm actually being whispered. Oh, shit. The shield you gave me is old school. You sure you want to give me old school stuff? I mean, it's Rec 12, so I doubt it's worth much. Are you sure you want to do this? Because I will forget it, and it will be underappreciated after this series is over. You can have it back. No hard feelings whatsoever. Is it really? It can't be old school if it's got an inscription slot on it. It's not old school, is it? There's nothing old school about it. Yeah, someone in chat is saying it's not old school. You probably have a ton of unopened birthday gifts in Guild Wars 1 by now. Yeah. Are you planning on doing WOTA? Way of the Assassin? Plus 45 one in stance. I was planning on doing Shadow Theft. Are there any other stances that I could potentially be on? I was going to use critical agility, actually. Now, what was I going to use for an increased attack speed? Stance. I mean, I could do Way of the Assassin. Do you think that's a good proposition instead of Shadow Theft? Oh my god. You can have the arm brace thing to fund stuff for your series. I'll never use these for anything. Oh god, okay, alright, hold on. Whoa, another exalted... Oh, we're getting spammed with items now. Hold on. No, let's not do this. I'm happy with global plus 30 HP. Don't worry, let's not do it. I kind of want to do Shadow Theft anyway. Thank you for the idea. Now, the guy with the arm brace, if you really do want to do that, I would love to accept that. That would be brilliant. I can use that to fund stuff as the project goes along. That's perfectly fine, and I'm excited about that concept. If we're just handing out arm braces, I'm 3 titles away from Graham. I know, I can imagine someone watching this really salty. Oh, he's going to give it an arm brace. Thank you very much. This is very lovely of you. Thank you. And it is just going to go straight in my bank, but it will be used at some point. Even if not in this series, at some point it will. I'll never be gone from this game for good. We all know that. Okay, so, I'm pretty happy with that as a defensive set. I mean, fuck it, right? If anyone's got any additional mods or anything they want to talk about or use, that's fine. Okay, so, I'm going to sell now. We're getting ready to actually play the game. The question is, what do we want to do for episode 0? I'm thinking Sunjiang district, maybe? And then the last mission? They feel like 2 kind of big beats. What's most relevant for Winds of Change, though? As like a prelude kind of story. And before someone gives WP a perfect Bone Dragon staff. You know, I never actually had a BDS ever as I was playing this. What am I doing wrong here? I was holding the wrong key. I mean, the truth is that if I wasn't streaming this, I could just look for mods and stuff online. On the wiki. Here we go. Hey, look! It's... What's her name? Fuck. It's Natsuko, though. It's the lady. It's the writer of the Dark Knight quests in Shadowbringers. It's Natsuko. See? What's her first name again? Alright. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Why would I not want to sell that? It's already lost its thing. Didn't the Imperial Army wipe out all the Luxons and Kurziks in the 250-year gap? I get the idea that they integrated them more. And we'll see some of that in these streams. We will see that. Superb char carving I kind of don't want to sell. I shouldn't just sell the cloth either. But whatever. A Shinji key doesn't matter. Stolen surprise don't matter. Supplies. 3 feathers. I probably could bank. But I might have 250 in there already. Crimson skull coin. Why have I got all this random Shinji stuff? I guess because of a recent stream. I was probably there. Or video. Decade Ore emblem. Now I'm going to sell the salvage kit and the ID kit. I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy a new ID kit. And an expert. Oh, that was probably quite dumb of me, actually. Whatever, we'll wait till we get like a platinum in. By the way, guys, if anyone does want to do this with me, you get a lot of money for this. The wiki lists out the amount of gold that comes from the full story. And it's like a lot. So here, at the start of our inventory, we'll have Zemnai and Shiro, so we can pop it each time. The lockpick we don't need to look at. You get like 70 platinum or something from doing this. Why I have 2 of these, I don't know. Well, that Joknar spear we were just given by a lovely viewer. So if you do want a bit of money, I mean, they really give you a lot from this storyline. In Guild Wars 1, it's very easy to be hard up for money, but I think you get like 30 just from normal mode and something like 60 from hard. Oh, my first Winds of Change content was when you first subscribed. Really, dude? Do you realize that's going to be 10 years ago? In fact, that was like 10 years ago at this point. Isn't that a weird thought? That 10 years ago, I was doing this exact same thing. Almost, just not live. Right, let's throw the carving in there. Oh, God, my poor bank. It's okay. We never have to worry about it. Now, putting the tan hide in there is kind of dumb because I'm just going to fill up with other salvage kit stuff anyway, but whatever. All right, I think we're ready. Inventory-wise, we're ready. We've picked a character. Now, let's look at keybinds real quick. So, what I'm thinking here is skills. It is all numpad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What else might I like to use? Toggle chat should be right control. Oh, it's not binding though. Inventory, cycle equipment. So I could actually just do this. I'm going to put Q. So I can just cycle through them. So defense. And then I can shift to go back. Yeah, that works. I like that. What else have we got? Drop item, cancel action. Do it is space because there's no jump in this game instead of like F or whatever. Open all bags. It should be F9. I don't know why it hasn't been working, guys. You were all right that it's F9. I don't know why it's not been working. Well, there it is. I guess I'm just an idiot. So this is how we would, if we were a pro gamer, we would just play with that on all the time. And then what else we got? Open minion list should be on Y. It is. Quest should be L. Okay, targeting. Foe. Nearest should be C. C for closest. Next is tab. Actually, those are slightly different now, aren't they? Target party members, target self. T is take target. Yeah, that's all good. Guild Wars is such a simple game. Guild Wars 1. There's really not many binds you need to mess with. So interface. Let's have a quick look here. What would we want to show on our interface as we play? Are we happy with this interface, first of all? Possibly the compass is a bit too big. Possibly, but I mean, looking at the compass is a big part of the game, really. Dialogue windows, pretty central. Mission goals look pretty good. Notifications look pretty good. Status and score display. Effects monitors where I want it. Maybe we can lower the skill bar down. It's all pretty vanilla, the setup right now, isn't it? XP we don't need on screen. So maybe we get rid of XP. Aside from that, I mean, what more could we want? I mean, that's a pretty good UI, really, isn't it? It's not too big, not too small. Enemy cast skill in middle top. Yeah, it should be there, shouldn't it? Yeah, skill monitor, it's there. Target displays up there. I think we're ready to play. You prefer the party screen in the bottom right. Really now? That's interesting. WP, Napui Quarter ends with a cutscene showing Shiro making people into afflicted. That might be relevant. The Napui Quarter does it? Visitor Square ends with a Shiroken. Alright, let's do Napui. Napui's probably good to pick because... Napui's probably pretty good because it's all Celestial stuff and Ueno Su stuff. Look, guys, it's the Four Lords. Tamu, Kaijin Don, Haiji, Quan Sung, the Dragon, the Turtle, the Phoenix. See, I understand these things now. In the original series, I didn't get that. But I know it now. Yeah, this is Catalyst stuff. Look, it's the Catalyst Orb, guys. Oh, man, you hear that sound effect? Oh, I really can't wait to fix it. Has anyone got a what? Is there a vendor here? Sup? Sorry, I played this game when I was 12. I'm kind of a noob. Well, no worries. We're not doing hard mode. Guys, ready up for me when you're ready. I know you all had the green ticks already. Let me know that you're ready and I'll go into the mission. Right. Because I just wanna see, so who's actually ready and who's not. And then we'll play. The gameplay here is probably not going to be too interesting. Because this is quite a basic mission, but it will be a fun thing to start off with. And then we should definitely beat the campaign. We should kill Shiro. Oh, go speak with an adept. That's true. We're going to get that dialogue in this. I got to bump dialogue to max. All right. So, the big thing here, guys, alright, I'm calming down now, alright, we've set things up, so I can actually sort of relax and settle into this a bit. The big thing here is I'm going to assume, this is rough, I kind of feel like I'm in chaos at the moment, because I feel like I've got some people who know what's going on, some people who don't, blah, 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 blah. What I would really just recommend is if you're interested in this, or you feel lost by this or whatever, please, for the love of God, please, watch the playlist I made last year on Cantha Abridged. It will tell you the whole story. It's only like 10 parts, and it is abridged, nice, concise, fast recap and run through Guild Wars 1 factions. That really, I'm going to assume that my audience is people who have watched that series. And this is like part 2 of that series. I don't know whether I should sit here recapping and retelling the whole story of factions, blah, 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 blah. I feel like that might be a bad idea. Okay, by the way, I don't want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. So, I'm happy to have viewers that haven't seen that. That's also fine. Don't get me wrong. I want that on Q, and I want that on E. Which it already is. So we can dip between them. And, I want auto run. No longer on R. That's a classic keybind. I want that there. Weapon set 4 can be on R. So we Q, E, R. I'm looking at the bottom right here, by the way, just so that you guys know. Okay. So there we have it. Oh, shit. I never figured out my runes. I'm thinking of swapping superior crit strikes. So I'm at 15. And that's going to bump me up by 5. So I will get to the sweet spot of 20. But the thing is, I could just kill that bit of Shadow Arts, and I would gain a lot of health by doing that. So yeah. All right. Which one do you guys want to go into? 1, 2, 3, or 4? It's kind of your choice. Man, I wonder how the game's gonna sound with the effects up. Oh god, don't pop cons. We don't. It's normal mode. Oh, sorry. Everyone resign. Oh, no. He's popped cons now. All right, whatever. I was going to play the pre-mission cutscene, and I forgot to do it. You enjoyed it, but you were sad when the monster draft aspect ended? Yeah, Sienta, I can't remember. Did I do monster draft the whole way through it, or did I just do it... I mean, now, when I look back at monster draft, I actually regret doing monster draft, because I feel like it could have just been about the story, and I sort of bagged it down a bit. I don't know. It's one of those things. I always end up going like doing a bit too much, you know. Targeting feels weird, and I want to know why. Targeting. Foe. Next. I think that's the one that needs to be on tab. And C needs to be on closest. Yeah, I think that's the way I want it. Okay, so let's see if this works here. So I'm going to put the shield on, so I'm draining. See, it's so weird to me. All these years, I should put a Siren scan on, possibly. I'm so confused looking through your characters. It's so weird to me that all these years, like with vampiric weapons and stuff, I always like fucked about just letting my health drain. Or I always like, I don't know, avoided vampiric modifiers and stuff because it was like, oh, it's too much hassle, blah, blah, blah. But here on this stream, you can see in like 2 seconds, I've just set up my weapon sets in such a way that that's not a problem. Just put the shield on. I mean, and it's like even additional incentive now to use the shield at the right time. Got all these knockdowns from Signal of Judgment. Should put balance stance on. Right, like the fight ends and we just get our shield on. My thinking is that the game sound effects are a little bit too loud right now. I might be wrong about that though. What I want is to be able to zoom in as much as possible. I want to have the camera like quite close. I don't want to be too zoomed out. I want it to look good. This is kind of agony playing the game like this, honestly. Because there's so many signets come in. Like, because I port in first, I'm taking all of the knocks. So here, for example, as I run in, I'm taking reduced damage because I've got my shield on. I never used to play like that, ever. But it's a nice, fun little bit of extra sort of thing to do. In what is ultimately a very simplistic combat system, right? So you may as well. Also, it doesn't look like I need the energy right now. thing with Toolbox is it would let me mess with the FOV and stuff, which might be quite fun. Man, block, knockdowns. There was so much melee hate in this expansion. It's crazy. I don't remember where all the bosses are, by the way, so hopefully we're going the right way. Combat is pretty loud. Yeah. Let's turn it down a bit for now. But the balance might be a bit different tomorrow. Next boss here. This mission only gets scary when you kill the dragon. The dragon is like a really strong Ellie boss. Oh, by the way, anyone who kind of wanted to watch an Ellie on this playthrough, I feel you. I understand that might have been really fun. Especially with all the patches, and especially the fact that we would be in normal mode and their armor values wouldn't be too high. Ellie probably would have been really cool. But seeing now that my assassin never beat this campaign makes me quite excited to do that, I'm not gonna be honest. So here I'm out of energy, so I'm going to swap to the energy gaining ones. Fuck, my muscle memory for these back buttons is wrong. Like there I was trying to critical eye and I accidentally used Shroud of Distress. Your warrior is a spiky edgelord. Hard mode enemies get a health bonus these days, not armor. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was a part of the Ellie patch, wasn't it? That was a part of the Ellie patch. Yeah, so again, Ellie just would have been good. No matter how we would have done it, Ellie would have been fun. I mean, the thing is, Winds of Change is brutal. Like, the Minister Change, what the hell? The Winds of Change, Minister Cho's Estate. Hard mode is like probably the hardest quest, right? I mean, it's insane. So here you can see the Z-axis in play. I'm currently hitting a guy on the bridge above me, and the game can't figure out what's going on because it doesn't have a real up and down. So I'm allowed to kill people up there, even though they're not actually here. Oh, I forgot my tonic, by the way. And I forgot to get Shira out. I'll have to remember to do that each time. Are we going up? I don't really remember. No, we're going this way, right? Yeah, it's this way, guys. They're head of the team. My god, that knockdown, throwing my weapon set, swap off. I don't want Shroud of Distress on here right now. But what do I want, I wonder? For Great Justice, so that I'm actually spamming Save Yourselves instead of just using it every now and then. I mean, it's because I'm all the knockdowns and the blocks. I mean, what? They keep stripping your enchantments. Fail, fail, block, block, block. Especially with the dagger chain. It still blows my mind. They did so much like hate towards assassins on the same expansion campaign that they added at. You know, like, you're a squishy frontliner, so here's a bunch of enemies that explode when you kill them in melee. It's like, what the hell, man? The thing is as well, I don't have an increased attack speed right now, which is okay because Jagged Strike and Fox Fang's kind of like don't care for it. But I sort of feel like I should have one. Here we go. This is Tamu. This is the rough bit. I definitely don't. I want to aggro Tamu with my shield up. I'll tell you that. Oh. Jesus Christ, all that lightning damage. See, if we focus Tamu down, it's just going to split into a ton of other dragons now, which are going to keep attacking us for the rest of the mission. I think usually, like, the meta, so to speak, way of dealing with this mission is, oh, weakness on me, is to kill Tamu last. Like, you can set your path up so that she's the last one to die, because it is a bit brutal. Weakness, all you want to do is make sure that you're not getting cut below 9 dagger mastery, because then obviously you're going to lose your Rec 9. Oh, I managed to die. I guess I ran too far forward. I did have the shield on. The meta back then was to kill all the normal trash, then Cecils. Yeah, you could kill all the Tengu first and then go from there. Okay. Yeah, I think we go around this way. It's like this. And then we're done. I'll try not to run too far ahead now. Look at this. Can't even move. Oh. Rough stuff. Especially with a bit of death penalty. Oh, someone else is using Save Yourselves. They have the Kurzik version. So when the Kurzik version ends, I'll pop the Luxon version. That's quite cool. I never did get my Kurzik rank that high, by the way. I got my Luxon one high enough for Guam, but I didn't do the Kurzik grind. I was all about the Mount Kinkai speed clear myself. You can see how much more pressure it is that I'm taking straight away. Now that those dragons are there. I was Mount Kinkai speed clear and what's the other one? Mount Kinkai. Mai Shang Hills? Was there a Mai Shang Hills speed clear? I don't know what the Kurzik equivalent was. I'm gonna put up Shroud. See, Shroud of Distress is just a bit annoying. I'd rather have Flashing Blades, honestly. Anything that's like automatic, and Flashing Blades would mean that stance thing is awesome. Anything that just sort of gives me freebie defense, I don't have to stand around casting it. And at that as well, energy. Ugh. Oh, this is a nice intro. Using Summon Spirits. Dissipate some of the pressure. Nearly done with the mission. Overall, I think this has gone well, guys. This is perfectly fine. We can definitely shoot the series. We can definitely do this. The Drazak Thicket speed clear is the old one. The new one is the Mount MT speed clear. What's MT speed clear? Oh no! Dude, I'm getting needled down. Melandru shot, Sundering attack. That's a bit annoying, by the way. That doesn't look too good, does it? Let's move it down. We can move it down. You always enjoyed the weird purple color scheme of this area? Yeah, this area is just bizarre, man. It is just very strange. And Winds of Change will have us coming back here, by the way. Oh, I've got Shield of Absorption on me. We can go in. Oh yeah, 0 damage. See, when I get low here... Oh, no, they rip the enchantment anyway. I want to die... I don't want to be the one that dies instantly. I want to use Bayrul's hammer. Alright, here we go. I don't think this is the Speak with an Adept cutscene, but it should be a fun one. And we get some of that gorgeous music.
I see that I have underestimated you.
I'll say.
Forgive my harshness. There are those who take the power of the stars for granted.
The Celestial Ministry, perhaps?
I see you have encountered them already.
Unfortunately.
The Ministry are nothing more than an overfed bunch of paper pushers, good for little other than playing parlor tricks at a Naga cub's birthday party.
He looks furious.
Well, you'll understand then when I don't welcome all of those who come looking to become closer to the stars. Now you will excuse me. I have much work to do.
But...
Go talk to an adept.
Oh, wait. I don't remember him sounding like that. Does he say that in both cutscenes? I think he says that in both cutscenes, surely. All right, now we get the flash sideways to see Shiro Tagachi. Now you want to see a Naga Cub's birthday party? Yeah. Oh, wow. I like the way that the chainmail merges into the afflicted warrior's flesh. That looks so creepy and weird. You think Shiro's a good guy? He got brainwashed by a god? No, I think that's true. I think that's totally fair. That's a fair assessment. And even the god that did the brainwashing is kind of a good guy. Right? He just got imprisoned and tortured. So obviously eventually becomes an arsehole. Do I think Kaineng will look nice in Guild Wars 2, or do I think it'll be kind of limited like in Guild Wars 1? I don't know.
Are you an envoy?
Yes.
Are you here to take us to eternal paradise?
You're not going to paradise.
What are you going to do with us?
I'm going to make you into my soldiers. You're going to fight for me.
We won't do it! You can't make us!
You will do whatever I tell you. Kneel. Bow before your new master.
Do you know what? I like the idea of just like mining out every single one of those sound effects and dialogue moments and just putting those as all as sub notifications. Kneel. I don't think that quite counts as seeing him as an afflicted. Hold on real quick here. Let's go back to the Napri Quarter. I want to watch the engaging cutscene again. Oh, speaking of which, Laurinity, thank you very much for the host. I guess you guys just watched a Winds of Change stream. My Winds of Change stream isn't actually started yet. I'm basically prepping for it. The adventure begins tomorrow. This is kind of like episode 0. Here I'm just setting things up, making sure everything works. Let's watch the opening cutscene again here. So, yeah, sorry about that. I mean, it's not much of a show. It's kind of a really, really awkward time as well because I'm about to swap games. There's also about to be an ad that plays in 30 seconds. So, okay, anyway, replay the mission. Cinematic. Does he say speak with an adept now? Thank you again for that. That was really lovely. Yeah, it's a weird coincidence that you're playing it as well. I didn't know. People told me today. I had no idea you were starting a project on it. I said I was going to go snoop and watch your stream.
Ah, I wondered when I would be seeing you. My name is Soon. I am the Oracle of the Mists.
I was sent here to...
I know why you have come here. You are not the first to seek my help. You will not be the last.
What do I...
The stars in the night sky cast their light down upon the world, making physical replicas of themselves. Kaijun Dawn, the Kirin, the embodiment of corruption, the being of pure good, turned to pure evil. One sang the turtle dragon, the eternal paradox, not one thing or another. A reminder that we will never fully understand the mists.
It's just like Lissa.
Shi, the phoenix, the representation of fiery eternity, awaiting those in the underworld. And finally, the mightiest of them all, Tamu, the dragon, a constant reminder of atrocity, pain, and anguish. You must defeat the avatars of these 4 celestial bodies if you wish to become closer to the stars. Only then will you be able to see into the spirit realm and truly fight Shiro Tagachi.
But how do I...
Get to the avatars? Step through one of these portals, and you shall be transported to the location you desire. Choose wisely. If you should perish while among the Celestials, I will not come help you.
I understand.
I doubt that.
I love that line.
One more question.
Bother me no more with this.
Bother me no.
Tangle with the stars if you must, but you will waste no more of my time.
It's the bother me no more with this. That's the real line. That's the line. That's the best bit. Yeah, the main character's voiced so weirdly in a lot of these. That's fine though. We don't have to deal with that with Winds of Change. Yeah, okay, let me look at chat here. You've been replaying all the campaigns. You just finished Warring Kryta. I had no idea. I did not know. Wow, so you're pretty in touch with the game then at the moment, eh? I mean, for me, it's like I'm just jumping back in and I'm all out of touch and like trying to figure everything out again. That's awesome. Wow, wait, so you finished Warring Kryta last week, so you've done Hearts of the North and now you've just moved on. So did you just see Gwen and Kieran get married? Your first time replaying in like a decade? Damn. I mean, I played core factions last year, but now I'm coming back for the part 2, which is Winds of Change. Yeah, and the Oracle didn't let me talk at all. I do have the Guild Wars 1 PM sound for when people subscribe. I do, yes. Yeah. That's been my sub notification for years now. There it is, in fact. Aegon Wen. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying this and you want to encourage this, please feel free to sub. You'll get emotes, turn off ads, all that. You kind of skipped Hearts of the North? You heard it's mostly solo stuff and you're playing like a group? Oh, you shouldn't skip it. I mean, come on. It's not very long. It's basically zoning in and out of the Eye of the North a lot, to be fair. But yeah, it's good. You get to properly play as Kieran and you get a bunch of new skills and stuff. It's good. You should do it. Don't you only unlock Kieran as a hero from that as well? I mean, I don't know. Logan's heritage, I guess, is a little bit boring maybe at this point. For people, so maybe it's less interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like... doesn't it segue directly into the Winds of Change story as well? I swear it does. I swear there's like a little thing that connects the two. But hey. First time viewer. I remember listening to your Let's Plays in the background while vanquishing all these maps so long ago. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Miku shows up in that. Yeah. Miku shows up in Hearts of the North, and then she's like the big bit of the story here. It's good, it is good, and it's like an evening of gameplay, if that. From Winds of Change, you hated the Ninja Turtles hard mode mission the most. They used a concept and cleared it easily. Well, the one thing I'm not going to be doing on my project is I'm not doing the side quests. I can't remember if the Ninja Turtle bit is main story or if it's side quest. But there's 6 side quests in Winds of Change. I'm not doing those. Late Night Guild Wars streaming the best. Well, don't be too mad at me, but I am about to stop. Oh, I'm not even in a party anymore because I watched that cutscene. Sorry, guys. Dude, Daniel Frozenwind. Dude, it's fucking crazy to me that you're standing here right now. I can think of very few members of the Guild Wars 1 community who are always there and always so diligent and always so identifiable. That's actually crazy to me. What are you up to in real life? I mean, honestly, I feel like 6 years ago I could have put on a random stream and I would have seen Daniel Frozenwind around. That's bizarre to me. And he's still wearing the snowman helmet head as well. Oh, my connection to server was lost. Wait, am I completely DC'd or is it just Guild Wars? We're getting booted. It's a sign, guys. I think I am still online, right? Let me have a look here. Yeah, I am. I am still online. Oh well, there you go, guys. That's episode 0. So listen, thank you for that raid a second ago. That's really lovely. But I'm now moving over to Final Fantasy. For people who are interested in this project, every stream I do this week is going to start with this. So episode 1 will be tomorrow, and it should be a good time. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Let's go over to this panel here now, real quick. And let's change game and all that good stuff. Close this down. Edit stream info. It's weird to me that there's like a dedicated category on Twitch for just like Guild Wars 1 Nightfall and stuff. Right, stream info. Stream info updated successfully. And now let's boot up Stormblood. And let's see. So yeah, I anticipated playing about an hour and a half before getting to Final Fantasy, and well, there we are. Sorry, Final Fantasy's taking ages to load right now here. Wait, am I actually having connectivity issues? For realsies, connectivity issues? Oh crap, I have DC'd. Oh well, rip. I mean, who knows what's happening now then? Yeah, chat stopped moving and everything. Oh god, okay. Oh, that's gonna really complicate it. I wanted to test my thing though. Hey? Oh shit. That's so weird, because OBS doesn't realise it's not connected anymore. No, I'm still online. But stuff is like half what? Some things are offline and some things are online? Yeah, it looks... There you go. I hit refresh. I can see there's chat moving again now. Whoa. I honestly had no idea what to do there. That's really weird. Some stuff's broken and some stuff's not. I think chat is fixed. Sientia said, I was just here for the Guild Wars 1 bit. It was fun playing with you, WP. Hey, yeah, no worries. Hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah, that might look really weird and awkward actually. No, I can't get into Final Fantasy. Let me try and boot it via Steam. Christ, I have 2 entries of it now, and I've just DC'd from Discord. And chat is pausing again and failing to connect again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is completely bizarre. I've never experienced this. Maybe I'll just bring it all down. All right, you're out now. Thanks for the Guild Wars 1 fun. No worries. Story time with WP. I would tell you a story, but I don't know what. I don't know who can hear me. I don't know what's going on. Chat is breaking in and out. I can't boot any games. I can sometimes Google things and sometimes not Google things. Okay, yeah, I'm getting a couple of flashes of people. All right, well, what story would you want? If someone sponsors me a story, my stream's been smooth the whole time. Yeah, that's the thing. I would have brought it down, except that it does look like it's up. So I'm sorry that this is very weird at the moment. I can't get into Final Fantasy though. Disable your VPN if you want. Final Fantasy's not down, is it? Trying to launch. What made me finally pull the trigger on giving FF14 a try? I'm trying to load the official launch now, guys, and it's also good. What made me pull the trigger? I think a lot of people would think, oh, it's the big like exodus of streamers or whatever, but it was actually a little bit before that. I just figured I wanted to play other MMOs. I wanted to learn a bit more about other MMOs, and I was really unsure whether I wanted to pick 14 or Elder Scrolls Online. And I actually went to my friends in Discord and I said, hey, which one do you guys want to see more of? Do you want to see 14 or do you want to see, do you want to play, which one would you play with me, basically? I said to everyone. And they said they were more interested in 14 than Elder Scrolls Online, so that's what I ended up doing. That's basically why I picked 14. I have connections. It was always going to be either 14 or ESO because I have like connections to their broader franchises. I can't get into Final Fantasy. See, I would blame Final Fantasy for that, but I was kicked from Guild Wars, so it's clearly something. I think DNS is down. I think it was actually up there. Maybe I just chill out. Maybe I just stop the stream here and we'll come back to it tomorrow. This isn't really what I wanted to do, but then I am also looking at the fact it's midnight. Yeah, are you guys hearing the ding noise every time? So yeah, that's what it was. And honestly, Final Fantasy 14 does look brilliant to me. And so far I've been enjoying it more and more and more as it's gone along. So interesting, kind of interesting how both Elder Scrolls and Final Fantasy are franchises you made content for before. Yeah, it's exactly that. I'm really sorry you chose to host me here, and I've basically just squandered the whole goddamn thing because I can't. I'm gonna have to just stop it there. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching part 0 of Winds of Change, I suppose. And tomorrow we'll get the ball rolling properly. The stream will start earlier, and we'll set it all up. So yeah, ta-ta for now. Good night, guys. Might actually be good for my sleep, maybe, except that I just drank a cup of coffee to fuel me for this. This is weird. But hey, I did do a lot today. I did 2 videos, I did a Patreon post, I've done a stream now. Yeah, let's take it easy. Alright, that's going to be it then, guys. Sorry about that. Don't know what to say. Hopefully I've got it fixed for tomorrow. Thank you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.